So I'm trying to understand your question, but the way I can understand what I think you're trying to get at is how people talk and publish things and so forth as interpretations of reality. And there are things that are trying to manipulate your view of reality. So, in other words, telling lies in order to get you on their side. And you can look at advertising, false advertising in particular, is telling lies. This product's going to wash your shirt whiter than white, but maybe it's just the same as everything else. And in cults, they tell very big lies about what's, you're going to join this group to make a better world, would be the main lie that most of these groups tell. But in fact, you're joining the group to serve the leader, is what the reality is. So as a result of my experience, I've become very interested in how words, talk, publications, shows, the difference between telling the truth as much as one can, which is a real representation of reality that is what is actually happening in the world, versus lies. And if you look at the current success of Jeremy Corbyn, for instance, I think part of his success is he's reflecting people's actual lived reality. The fact that people really are having trouble with housing, for instance. The fact that people really are going to food banks, that reflects a reality of people's experience, whereas other politicians are not telling the truth. They're saying everything's okay. It's okay for them, but it's not okay for most people, but they're not saying that. So I don't see mainstream politicians as cult leaders, not at all, but there is the same discrepancy in what they're saying and whether or not it reflects reality or not. Cults take that to an extreme. In fact, they have to not reflect reality, because if they did, the reality would be, hey, your life in this group is really miserable. People would leave. So, and also get clear in their thinking as opposed to confused in their thinking. So in cults you actually know that what they're saying is what one philosopher, Hannah Arendt, called fiction.